Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, still trying to test equipment here and there. Hopefully, we know what we're doing. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining. Still trying to test what's going on, trying to check with all the setups about going on live in the next 4 minutes. Remember, daily live stream is on a daily basis, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Nigerian time. So just trying to do some sort of microphone check on YouTube. Hello, Inameti. Inameti Akat, thank you very much. You've always been upbeat. Really appreciate you. Straight talk with the belly. Thank you very much. We are just trying to test the YouTube setup. I know it can get better, but for now, we're still checking to see how it goes before we go on full blast live. And that should be happening in the next 3 minutes. 3 minutes from now, we will be going live. Maybe this is not the final layout of this, but please confirm to me if you can hear me on YouTube. For now, I'm only trying to test transmission on YouTube. So if you can hear me clearly, please indicate by typing on your comment section. Raymond Chima, I see you there. Bosse Fayanjola, I see you there. Victor Unyemulu, thank you very much. Dr. Ayo, appreciate your presence. It's amazing to see that while we are just trying to test, we already have 13 attendees. It's really interesting. Okay, I'm seeing your responses already. Victory Olives, appreciate your response. Raymond Chima, thank you very much. Dr. Ayo, appreciate you. So the sound is okay. I'd like to let you know that the recording will not be from this screen on YouTube yet, but eventually we'll get better. You know how we do it. Before I go on, 2 minutes time check before going on full blast live. Please do well to now go ahead to share, power tap your screens, give, whatever it is that you can do. If you are sharing gifts, giving gifts, or liking, do as much as possible, and let's see how many people will benefit. Look, there's a lot of money in the capital market, and I hope that we do not miss out. I want to also test, can you see me? If you can still see me and can still hear me, please go ahead to indicate by saying yes, yes, yes on YouTube. Just 1 minute before I go on live, please indicate if you can see or hear me right there on YouTube. I want to be sure I can toggle through screens. Looks like you were not able to see me. Can you just indicate yes? Yes, yes, yes. I want to see as many yeses as possible because I'm trying to toggle between the screen and, of course, the trading platform. So I can give you bit by bit updates as time goes on. So I want to see your yeses. Currently, I can't see you on the screen, but I guess you can see me because the live recording is still on. While I'm looking at the screen right now, looking at price movement and live trading sessions. This is something I want to really be able to do while still talking to you. So type your yeses as much as possible so I can come back and check on the screen on YouTube itself. If you're done with your yeses, I'll be going back now to check, especially the last yes at exactly 12 noon. All right, great, fantastic. We got it ready. So we're going live right away. So if I'm not looking at you, that's because I'm looking at the screen from where the day's upload will eventually be done on YouTube as usual. For now, ladies and gentlemen, very good afternoon to you. It's nice to be with you. A brand new week and a brand new day. First day of the trading week. What do we have? The market is exploding. And guess what? I'm on YouTube live also. This may not be the final screen setting, but for now, I'm glad to announce to us that we are expanding our horizon, and of course, we are now on Instagram, TikTok, and live on YouTube as well. It's good to have you here. I hope you had a great weekend, and of course, a lot of things have been happening both in the international scene and back home. We've got, after the Israeli strike on Iran and Iran's retaliation, We've got US also striking 3 nuclear sites in Iran. Heavy bombings took place on Sunday, and it looks like we might just find peace. What this fight is all about, we may not know in detail. But ladies and gentlemen, glad to be here. We are expanding our horizon. We can't remain in one spot or on one spot. By the grace of God, we will make progress as much as possible. Thank you very much for joining. A whole lot is going on. I'm seeing Rebuild and Rise shouting, Coach, how is your portfolio doing? Everyone who has listened to us here must have been making good money right now. I feel like a hero today. Oh, really? Rebuild and Rise. Come on now. That's interesting. I like upbeat updates like that, and I would like to hear a lot about what you have to say. I feel like a good student, sir. Really? I'm hoping and itching to already hear from you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. Today we are going full blast with speed. Hope you had a great weekend. Always looking forward to seeing you. Thank you very much. I did, and I hope you did too. I've been wondering the benefits of conflict in the Middle East. Well. It's all about what we hear, that there are nuclear weapons and atomic weapons that Iran is building up that may put the world in danger. Whatever it is, we cannot really delve too much into it. What we know is that whatever the effect of what's going on is on the stock market, we try to reposition ourselves. For the foreign markets, it looks like if Iran is subdued, that is, if there is no further attacks from Iran, the stock market is going to jump, the US market. But if there is a response from Iran, then the market will tank. In any case, whatever be the case, this is the time for oil stocks to fly. All right? Thank you very much, everybody. YouTubers, are you there? We have 17 participants on YouTube already. So what about the oil? Well, that's where the money is right now, because oil prices will increase, especially knowing that there is a canal around Iran, right? That 20 million barrels of crude oil is transported on a daily basis, and Iran is trying to close it. If that happens, then it becomes a challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go on to the top gainers. Our people cannot wait. I told you NACO is a 100 naira stock. Well, just last week, look at that. Today, NACO is 93 naira per share. And the truth is, the 1 year target is 100 naira plus, and already it's already at 93. So what's left to get to 100? So many big stocks are performing fantastically well this morning. We have the likes of Presco still pushing and therefore dragging Okomo along. We also have stocks like NASCON also trying to push up a bit. We've seen the likes of FTN Cocoa suddenly climbing to 3, and then LIVESTREAM is flying. And I managed to remember yesterday, almost forget again, but I managed to remember yesterday the analysis I was talking about that I did almost a year ago about LIVESTREAM and what the prospects could be. In any case, here we are, top gainers for the day. Let's go there right away. Okay. Listen up and let's carry on with what the top gainers are as we speak. We have credit to stock bubbles as always. They are the brains behind our top gainers of the day listings. And what do we have at the moment? Number one top gainer for the day is Champion Breweries, ladies and gentlemen, 9 naira 2 kobo per share. And what do we have? 10% gain today. Second on the list, FTN Cocoa. What do we have? 3 naira 8 kobo, 10% maximum gain for the day. LIVESTREAM, number 4, 5 naira 86 kobo, 9.94% gain. Legend Internet, number 4, 8 naira 70 kobo, 9.85% gain. Sovereign Insurance, number 5, 1.126 kobo, 9.57% gain. And then what do we have? Thomas Wyatt, number 6, 2 naira 17 kobo, 8.5% gain, right? And then we have PZ, Prestige, number 7 top gainer, 1 naira per share, 8% gain. PZ, number 8, 36 naira 45 kobo, currently 7.2% gain. Name it, Pharmaceuticals, number 9, 3 naira 90 kobo per share, 5.41% gain. And number 10 top gainer for the day, NACO, 92 naira 90 kobo at the moment, 5.5% gain. So that's about the top gainers list for the day. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll go on to your questions and your comments. I am following Coach everywhere. That's Anthony Tony. Thank you very much on YouTube. And then Maobi is also on YouTube. Says, I'm glad to see you here on YouTube. Oh, interesting stuff. Thank you very much. Glad to be here also. Ooh, good news, live on YouTube. Thanks, Coach, for making it accessible in every social platform. Interesting. That's what we're all about. Trying to reach out everywhere to make sure that we help as many people out of the what you call rat race of life. Okay, life can be better, and if we found a solution, we should be able and glad to share with as many as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much and welcome to the very last week of the month. Hopefully things looks better. Please, how can I follow my Atlas? Hacks is asking. You have an email welcoming you when your account was open. Go through that email, you will see their bank details. Make a transfer to their bank account, but before you do the transfer, make sure that you indicate your full names and CHN number as transaction narration. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you know how we do it. Go ahead, share this live session from every platform you are, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, and let's see how many more people we can reach out to help them understand the stock market better and take full advantage of it. Which reputable app can those abroad use to invest in the Nigerian market? Vincent Okonkwo, go ahead and, of course, register with Atlas Portfolios. You can use their platform on any handheld device, including your phones and laptops, right? Any other app, well, you may find it difficult to get real-time data. That's where the challenge is. Good afternoon, Coach. Good afternoon, Dave. Appreciate you there. Omoni Bright is my coach, the fashionista. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you all for your kind words and support. Together we build together. Together we stay invested. Together we keep rising. Thank you very much, Maobi. It's good to have your roses this very Monday morning. And someone is saying, I tried buying CWG at 9 and it's not possible. Why isn't it possible? Let's see what the price is right now, because sometimes you've got to play along with the price, especially if the stock is in high demand. For now, CWG looks like it's selling at 9 naira 45 kobo per share. There are heavy bids at 9 naira 30 kobo, about 300,000 shares bidded at 9.30. So that perhaps is the reason you are not able to buy at 9.20. 6.6 million bids versus 3.7 million offers. If you are buying CWG, do well and make haste to buy now that it is affordable. Either you are bidding at 9.30 or you are stepping up your bid to 9.45. Just buy and go to bed. And don't bother about immediate price changes, because in the end, there's money in that stock. Well, we go on to Fortune Genema says, good to see you so sharp today. Please, what can you say about linkage assurance? Thank you very much, Fortune. It's good to see you also. For linkage, I don't think I've done any much work on them, but I will oblige you this very moment to see what their financials looks like, where at least there is assurance of safety in terms of the financial status. Linkage assurance, right? Okay, I'll do this right now. Going on to the screen over here to check. details of what I want, linkage assurance, just a little bit. Okay. Okay, since I'm not able to go in there to talk about linkage at the moment, so we'll just go ahead. To other comments, hi coach, UACN or NASCOM? Well, the Dalusia, NASCOM seems to be running. From the last time I saw, NASCOM is about currently 66 naira per share. And you begin to wonder, where are these stocks jumping to? What has just happened? Are they excited that there is a war? Well, with the price of NASCOM, I think it has gone far. It's good to go in for UACN at this time when it's still at 34, because very soon it will also pick up. Currently, you can take advantage of the excess supply, 900,000 shares offered versus 328,000. So you could bid at a 360 and hopefully you just may get. I have 100,000 to invest this week already in T Champs Qtix Ardell. Okay, you're wondering what to buy? That's Viceroy. Well, go ahead and buy a stock like maybe FTN Cocoa. Unfortunately, that stock ran away from our hands under 3 naira, and look at what it is right now. FTN Cocoa is currently, and a whole lot has been sold in that, traded in that stock. Well, it's on full bid already. Can you imagine that FTN Cocoa that we used to see at 1 naira 90 kobo and so on is now 3 naira 8 kobo, 22 million bids, 0 offers. 36 million shares traded already. These stocks just have a way of taking you unawares and jumping out of reach. Well, that's the case with FTN Cocoa. There is another. It's better if it's 100,000, then you shouldn't buy something too expensive, so you can be able to deal with substantial quantities. In any case, UPDC still around 3 naira. Maybe that's fair enough. I'm seeing an offer at 301. Maybe you should put in a bid at 3 naira. NASCON 65 naira per share. Vitafoam 65 naira per share. All of a sudden, the stock we bought at 23 naira per share is now selling that fantastically well at 65. This is a wholesome progress, more grace. That's Azing Adon. Thank you very much. I'm present on YouTube. Mohammed Grema, appreciate you. And hi, coach. Are UCAP and CWG good to buy now or wait? They are absolutely good to buy now. In fact, I need to go and revisit UCAP's first quarter result again. Though the expansion they are doing now has not really reflected fully in their reports. Well, we'll see how it goes. Dr. Tools says MTN is dropping. Well, we all know in the stock market, the market does not move in a straight line. In any case, what I'm seeing is not really a drop. There's just excess supply. And what we have here is 352 naira 90 kobo at the moment versus 355. So it hasn't really dropped too much. Good afternoon, coach. Happy New Week. Thank you very much, Nafisa. It's good to have you here. Excellent performances by these stocks. And everybody, I hope, is making money from their portfolios so far. Okay, so FeedSyn suddenly is now available. Nobody's looking that way anymore. So we have to do a revaluation to be sure whether or not FeedSyn is still a good buy. Yes? All right. Please, coach. I bought stocks at 3 naira, but at the moment it's 3 naira 80 kobo on my portfolio. It's showing minus 2%. Florences, what platform do you use? They will need to sort that out. They will need to recheck and do the right thing so that you can, because even if commissions, if you bought at 3 naira, there is no way commission and whatever should add up to 80 kobo on top of that 3 naira, unless you are using an app that is charging you double transaction fees. Coach, what do you think about Geregul during this Iranian war? Rural officials stay away from Geregul, too expensive, too difficult to sell when you have to or when you want to. Good afternoon, Coach. Is Atlas on Play Store? Asa Udogo. No, Atlas is not on Play Store. It's a taboo for me to miss this session. Later, interesting to hear that. And this is how we can continue to grow and make more money. Consistency. I know how difficult it is for me to find the time to always be right here, seated, exactly 12 noon and staying on the course to 2 p.m. So I get encouraged when I see you also putting the same level of determination. And then, of course, when you have a determined set of people, what do you have? Progress all the way. Coach, can I take profit with LLAs? Dauda Abba. If you feel like you can take profit, but at this point when the stock is heavily demanded, can I give you an update about the bid and offer status for LLAs as we speak? Well, at the moment, LLAs have traded 5.2 million shares. Currently, bid and offer status 29 million bids, 0 offers, right? So you may want to decide, okay, since the bids are so much today, 29 million, only 5 million shares have been traded so far. It looks like there is room to run further up to 6 naira per share. And in that case, you want to wait and watch what happens tomorrow before you put in your sale, all right? I hope that helps. But if you invested for the long term, you've got to find a way to stay the course and don't be tempted to sell too often or too soon, because what is going to continue to happen is this price fluctuations up and down, up and down, up and down, but gradually it builds up over time. Now, you don't want to find yourself in a situation where you had LLAs 1 million shares when you bought at maybe 2 naira 80 kobo or 3 naira 50 kobo, and then you sold at 5 naira 80 kobo, only to later see it 1 year after at 10 or 15 naira. That's me saying if you bought LLAs for the long term, please endure and wait and watch what happens to it between now and unless you really need the money. It's a short-term fund for trading, or you want to sell part because that was your original plan. And of course, why not? We're in the stock market to make money, no matter how quickly they come as well. Okay, hope that sorts you out. Coach, good day, please. I want to learn. Intercessor Sylvie. Wow, we're glad to have you here. Everybody who is here to learn, congratulations, you are in the right place. Can I tell you this? You do not have to have any degree in any of these courses: economics, banking and finance, marketing, what have you, everything related to stocks and so on. Nothing. All you need is determination. Now, if you say whether I organize classes, I'll explain. My mentorship is in 2 phases. Phase 1, which is all over social media, free of charge, including our Discord app. So you can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, learn everything you can learn from a distance. Follow this daily live session. Fantastic. Now, I was just doing this all along until I started getting heavy demands. There are so many people, because of time difference, based on their location in the US and Canada, and then some because of work, who cannot find the time to be a part of all this. They will say, oh, please take me on one-on-one coaching. I'll pay, and so on and so forth. Help me, just let me be putting money in my account. You told me what to invest, I will do that. But I just can't seem to find the time to follow up with all this, and yet I want to also grow my money. So those people, I now have to work out a way to also attend to them, because I'm here to meet your needs in every way possible. And so that is a paid session, one-on-one. That's where the one-on-one comes from. But you know what? Basically, generally, you can learn from a distance. And that's why it's a do-it-yourself community. So nobody comes to you requesting to collect money to invest on your behalf. We are sharing knowledge. So, and whatever knowledge you get from any gathering, it's for you for life. You can use it anywhere, including those in the diaspora. Listen, stop being afraid. There are foreign portfolio investors pumping in millions of dollars into the Nigerian market, and you are out there missing out. Come on now, you just can't continue to miss out. That's why when you find a place where so many things are done for free, as I do here, and dedicatedly, continually coming over on a daily basis, 12 noon to 2 p.m., You've got to grab it because when I started 27 years ago, there was no opportunity like this. No internet, no phones, no information anywhere. You had to do everything manually. You must walk into a stockbroker's office, and then the stock prices you are looking at, you will have to wait for newspapers to arrive from Lagos to whatever city you are in. And you have only one page, the business page, to check for stock prices, and that's it. Nobody was mentoring nobody. So the information was very, very little available. But guess what? We are now in the best time ever to exist, whereby I can share information with you from anywhere you are in the world, right? And so Network Investors Club exists right now on Discord at over 2,200 members. There are so many Nigerians in diaspora in that club, so many Nigerians in Nigeria, and then of course we have also foreigners because we discuss foreign stocks as well. For instance, right now with the concerns in the Middle East, some stocks will be rising if Iran does not react. But if Iran does, the stock market abroad will crash. But guess what? Oil stocks will keep climbing, and of course, defense stocks will also keep climbing, right? So that's what we benefit from here. As much as possible, we are a sharing club. So you can change your life completely by being a part of this. Go onto my Instagram page and check. You will see some testimonials, just a few. 3 years ago, we were on WhatsApp. WhatsApp would not contain us, so we found ourselves on Discord app. All you need to do to join us on Discord and perhaps get the link to open your brokerage account is follow me on Instagram at Wealth Coach Omiete. I'm going to type it here where you made that comment, which is on TikTok at Wealth Coach Omiete. That's it over there. Just follow me on all platforms and then send me a DM on Instagram. If you send me a DM on TikTok, it will be difficult because there are too many DMs and yours will get missing over time. Quickly to your comments now, I have to deal with a whole lot of comments knowing I'm speaking on 3 platforms, and so the questions are coming thick and fast, left, right, and center. And part of the reasons why you should not miss out going back on the YouTube channel to rewatch the day's live session is so that you don't miss out on anything. And of course, there we go. Expression View says, hi coach, for 100,000 long-term investment, do you think I do FTN Cocoa or UACN? I don't have any previously. Okay, that makes it simple. Well, for now, FTN Cocoa is out of reach because it's on full beat. There is no offer whatsoever. So you may want to go ahead and take position in UACN. This was the FTN Cocoa that we were just looking at and just underrating. I was thinking, well, to come down to 162 kobo or 180 kobo. What do we have? It goes to 260, 250, 280, comes back to 270, and then jumps to 290. And today we have it at 308 and not available at the moment. What I will advise you to do based on experience is do not chase any stock, no matter how far it has gone. We'll see it with what do you have? Feed sale. We were here talking about fixing, and then from 27 it jumps to 46. Now fixing is available at 40. And this is not where you want to buy because we saw it here from 26 naira, and it happens so fast. Sometimes these things happen fast, sometimes it is slow. But in any case, just do not chase a stock. When we mention a stock to buy, you buy and stay in there. There are only few stocks to chase, and you can't be sure. You must be investing for the long term if you are chasing a stock. A stock like Presco, we were thinking it will behave normally, but the entire behavior of Presco has been absolutely abnormal, right? Okay, so what do we have? If you can't find Presco, everybody turns attention to Okomo, and that's what's been happening today as Presco has jumped over 1,100. What people are now doing is focused on Okomo, and then Okomo is going to continue to enjoy this sympathy play happening with Presco. It was 713 naira earlier, but we are now seeing it at around 745. It was almost out of reach. Currently 745, 1.2 million bids, 91,000 offers, while Presco is at 1,147. So that's the relationship between Presco and Okomo oil. I'm so glad for those of you who bought Presco at 450 naira per share. It looked out of place to spend that much money on Presco. But guess what? Here we are from November to now, say 7 to 8 months after, you have Presco now at 1,149 as we speak. Okay? Where I have seen a lot of money flow into this morning is Okomo Oil. 3.2 billion naira spent, 4.7 million shares traded. So something is really brewing even in Okomo, and people don't care anymore how high it goes, right? It will interest you to know that this same Presco a year ago was selling for around 280 naira per share, just 280. And what do we have today? 1,145. This is what you can benefit from investing in the stock market. Okay, if you are not following me, you are losing money. Is GTCO a good buy at the moment? Well, GTCO has jumped and now at 80 something naira, which is a whole lot. Are they worth that value? Yes, I think so, because the fundamentals are still in order and you just cannot throw it away because it's really doing very well and will continue to do so. What about if you can bring us together for just 2 days? Some of us need classroom to understand. Well, that will require a lot of logistics because I don't know where you are located. And we already have plans in Network Investors Club. We have subgroups based on where you are located. So there's Lagos subgroup, there's Port Harcourt subgroup, there's Abuja subgroup, Kaduna subgroup, Kano subgroup. We even have created subgroup for Canada, US, UK, and so on. So it's just a matter of time before we ramp up preparations and begin to plan physical live sessions because we must meet. This is a wealth movement that have come to stay, and I know so many others. As we keep benefiting and getting more people involved, we will get to begin to organize physical live sessions. It doesn't take too much, just the subgroups at their leadership level can just organize, get a beautiful venue, and get me on to come down and let's have a great time together. Listen, birds of the same feather flock together. Like I say always, the rich invest, the middle class save, the poor spend. So if we have decided to become the rich, irrespective of where we're coming from, as we keep investing and congregating together and meeting together, we can change the course of our financial future and financial destinies. Right? Smart says, Coach, do you have some materials to understand this better from Australia? Well, I'm currently writing a book on the stock market, how to invest. I will not really reveal the title yet, but it's talking about investing both in foreign and Nigerian stocks. It promises to be a good read and a solid foundation. It's going to be an e-book, so you can access it from anywhere. Still in my bid to break it down because there are some of us we are actually scholarly in nature. We like to read and then it enters. Whatever we're hearing, we want to read and then it settles in. So never mind, I've got you covered. I've already been having demand for books to be written. It is going to flow from my 27 years experience in the stock market and you will enjoy it. From not having any contact with the stock market and going analog all the way to now being digitally involved to the extent that we can now trade by ourselves just by logging onto our trading platforms. Interesting, isn't it? All right. Is Seplat a good buy? Song is asking. Well, Seplat, if you ask me, is so expensive now. I just can't tell whether or not it is good to enter. I feel that you are in the stock market to grow your money, and the faster you grow your money, the better for you. So if you ask me, there are other stocks that can grow your money faster than Seplat because, for instance, to achieve a 100% capital gain on whatever you're investing in Seplat means Seplat must move from 5,000 naira per share to 10,000 plus per share. When will that ever be? We just can't tell. But there are stocks that can quickly grow your money more. But if you are looking for security of capital because the capital is so much and consistent dividend cash flow because in the end, the dividend will now be reasonable since the capital is enough, then you can go in and invest in Seplat. Okay? YouTube, can you hear me? If you can hear, please type yeses. Just type yes. Let me know and be sure that you can hear me and we're on the same page. Let me respond to one of your comments there. Well done, coach. Your lordship and approach to helping people is appropriate, sir. God bless you. Thank you, Mahmoud Olowo. You said, Coach, will you recommend one for sale today if it hits 75? I absolutely will, and I don't care whether it goes beyond that because so many funds have been invested in Wando that is looking like it's idle now. But you know what? There's a way the stock market behaves. Sometimes when you just go ahead and sell your stock, then the price just shoots up and goes on and almost like out of reach. And you begin to wonder whether anything is wrong with you. Every time you buy a stock, it drops. Every time you sell, it shoots up. Well, that should come to an end. The way you can do it is if you are worried that maybe the stock price can eventually increase, especially at this time when oil prices are going up, oil stocks, please hold your oil stocks and watch and see what happens. Very important for us to play the game the way it can maximize our returns. Okay? All right. How do I get to view bids and offers on Atlas? Azink Adam. Please, after this live session, go onto the YouTube channel and check through. You will see 3 particular videos, 2 of them 15 minutes each, talking about how to invest, buy and sell Nigerian stocks on Morgan Capital platform. It's the same platform with Atlas, so watch that video, you will understand exactly what you want. Otherwise, you can go ahead and play the one of Atlas that is more than an hour long. So whichever, I have provided that on the YouTube channel here, just search for it at your free time and you can go ahead. I haven't received my soul stock for more than 3 days now in Afri Investor app. Jesse Momoa. Jesse, find a way to contact them on their customer service channels, chats, and whatever phone number you see on their app. If possible, if you are in Nigeria, then look for one of their branches nearest to you if they are in your city and go and lay your complaint. Otherwise, continue to bombard them with emails, all right? Good afternoon, coach. Anyway, you said for more than 3 days. Are they 3 working days? And then if there are 3 working days, please be reminded it's T plus 3. That means it must take 4 days after you have sold. And it has to be working days, not weekends inclusive. So you can check through if it's up to 4 days because that's when the money clears for you to drop in your account to access it. That's the rule. I hear that they want to reduce it to T plus 2. That is reducing instead of 3 days to 4 days. Trading days, the T, and then plus 3 days currently. Abigail, one purchase coach. I have made over 70% from NASCOM. Please, can I take profit and use my portfolio profit to buy down sugar? Abigail, I announced up till, okay, NASCOM. Well. Now that most of these stocks are jumping and approaching 80, 90, would you like to hold on to see it get to that point, or you want to sell all of it and go into down sugar? Both stocks are fantastic. Honestly speaking, especially down sugar has a way of running solo. When all other stocks are running, it just relaxes and waits and watches, and then when it picks up, it explodes. That Dangote sugar you see at 400 and something naira used to be 750 naira per share. Who knows? We may go back there because I am very confident as far as all that the company has been doing is concerned. Down sugar is now more valuable than it was a year ago because they even did share buyback and cancel those shares. So apart from just doing a share buyback and reducing the number of shares in circulation, canceling the shares bought back by a company means that they have automatically shrinked the total number of shares in existence, and so the per share metrics improves drastically. That's the difference between a cancelled share buyback and the one that is not cancelled. Okay, it's been more than 4 days, then go ahead and bombard them to make your payment into your account. Please go to which defensive foreign stocks that one can buy in the market. Can I tell you this? Palantir, the chief, one of the most popular defensive stocks that you can buy. Yes? Go ahead and buy Palantir. Okay? Okay, that's Palantir. I'm still not able to connect here and I don't want to waste your time. Well done, coach. Okay, I've responded to Mahmoud. Hello, coach. Can I invest in LLX now? Some gold. I do not recommend that you run after a stock that is flying. Currently, LLX is unavailable, over 26 million bids, zero offers. So you may just be coming late for now. Usually, all of these rallies will come to an end. LLX will still be available for those who bought at 2 naira and 3 naira. They want to sell maybe from tomorrow when it hits 6 naira. My broker, Morgan Stanley, doesn't do commercial papers. Okay. Do you mean Morgan Capital? I guess. Why not? Have you emailed them? Please confirm. Raymond says today is a good day. Absolutely, it has to be. Coach, please talk about Prestige. Is it a good stock? Prestige ordinarily is a good stock, well managed by Indians, but they can be very stingy with dividend payouts, and that's why the stock continues to struggle in terms of share price performance. That's it, coach. I also bought Ada. Okay, the build and rise, interesting stuff. That's also a defense stock. Um, I hope that all our projections go right, and then you enjoy the jolly ride in the market, especially the international markets. Good morning, coach. Please put Nigerian stock by today with 250K. Well, most of them are really running away, but my own way of playing the stock market is looking for prospects that have not been found and jumping in and sitting quietly until the market begins to respond. Yes. Okay. So what stock you should buy with 250K? Hold on, I'll check through and come up with an idea. If you can patiently go in for a stock like mutual benefits assurance, I'm trying to confirm what price is reasonable right now. Oh my goodness, this stock just jumped away before my very eyes. Something really terrible is happening in the market right now. I hope they don't overvalue some stocks before the time. Goodness gracious. Mutual benefits assurance jumps from 108 to 118 and currently on full bid. What's really happening? The Nigerian market is on fire, honestly. I'm seeing a lot of lights going on TikTok. I'm not seeing that much going on Instagram. I'm not seeing that much going on live stream YouTube. Come on, go ahead and let's keep busy and get many more people involved as we make money together. Which of UBA or GTCO or Zenith is a good buy right now? Well, GTCO seems to be going out of reach. I will recommend Zenith and UBA. Coach, what stock can I buy with 826,000? Gracias is so specific. We went to the bottom and to the very least. 826,000. Let's go on again carefully this time. There must be some stocks that are still good enough for us to take a dive. We are not investing randomly. We're just looking for opportunities to make more money. Most of the stocks we have picked have flown away. Let's see. UPDC at 3 naira is fine, still fine. UPDC at 3 naira. Let's not stay too long there. Let's go on to see how you can go for Cadbury. Let's see what Cadbury is and what it is. Cadbury currently 39 naira, 39 naira, down from 40. I think it touched 41 or so, but currently on low. Though the bids are more than the offer slightly. Cadbury is fine. UACN also fine. You now make up your mind. UPDC may respond positively, but not so quickly. UACN has great value, just a matter of time before the market pays attention to it. Sometimes the best stocks are not really looked at until the market pays attention. Remember, I was here live and I told you institutional investors have begun to put money in NACO. As at that time, NACO was selling at 77 naira. It's not up to 2 weeks ago. If you go onto YouTube to watch all my live sessions, you will see. Not up to 2 weeks ago, I mentioned that here, and I have my witnesses. It was 77 naira per share that NACO was selling for us at that time. Currently, 92 naira 90 kobo, and they are not done yet. 5.4 million shares traded today, valued at 475 million naira. A lot of trades still going on with Presco in bits and pieces of thousands, 1,149 naira per share. Good day code, please. Is RT, Briscoe, and Eternal good for swing trading at the current price? I like the fact you are asking if it is for swing trade. Chininora. Okay. The fundamentals for both of them have not been fantastic in the previous years. I don't know what the current first quarter situation is with them, but when it comes to swing trade, any stock is okay to swing trade. All you need to do is find a way to enter at a good price. That's all. Okay? Etana jumped to 46 some time ago and then dropped to 30 something. Let's see how much it is now. It's now 43, coming from 42 yesterday, looking like it's getting attention, but the supply is more than the bids at the moment. Slightly more, 1.4 million offer versus 1.1 million bids. And then the other one, RT Briscoe, the one that has been abandoned for so long. It will interest you to know that up till last year, RT Briscoe was selling for just 70 kobo. And then it had a massive run last year, and then before it slowed down a bit. So when there are no fundamentals to back this price movement of a particular stock, the price retraces. So that's what happens. Okay. All right. What's your advice on ICO shares? Is it a good buy at the moment? Sage Olajide, good afternoon to you also. Well, ICO has underperformed in terms of share price movement. In any case, we are still hoping that things can even get better with the financials. The biggest problem with ICO is the over-bloated number of shares that it has. So if you ask me about ICO, for me, if I were in your shoes, I would rather go for a better an insurance company with a better prospect. I think that's the wisest thing to do there. Come on now, YouTubers are really impressing me. Already 54 attendees on this very first day, and we're just testing the waters. This is not the permanent screenshot or viewing positioning for this YouTube transmission, and yet there are already 54 attendees. YouTubers have even increased beyond Instagram attendance as I speak to you on the very first day. Interesting stuff there, interesting statistics there. You see, so if you were all shares, TikTok is actually leading the way with about 300 attendees on TikTok. So TikTok is selling for 300 naira per share. Instagram is selling for 49 naira per share, while YouTube is 51 naira per share on the first day. Today is the IPO for YouTube, and it's already performing wonders. It kind of reminds me of Sequel Internet in the US that jumped from $31 on the listing day to $84, and now we're talking about $100 and almost $200 or so per share. Interesting stuff, right? Rachel is laughing, everybody is laughing. Yeah, we've got to find a way to make it interesting. Salutations to all of you. You guys are simply amazing. So it will amaze you to know that we could just come together, form a company, and then before you know it, a holding company, before you know it, we started investing in block, right? And then before you know it, we now go public offer and make it public. We now decide, okay, club members who founded the business, we are going to have like 70% of the business to ourselves. We are going to do listing by introduction, and then 30% will now sell out to the public to buy and to shareholders. Before you know it, we are listed as a stock as well. Interesting, isn't it? All right. What do you think of NIDF and CWD for long-term investments? NIDF, fantastic, especially for the dividend cash flow. CWG has great potentials for capital gains. So a great combination there. All you need is just patience, right? Coach, please, what platform is best for creating international stock? Or Yemi, if you are in Nigeria, I hear that Optimus by AfriInvest is very good, just that they may not have some of the stocks that are listed in the stock in the foreign markets. Okay. I am late today. Good afternoon, coach. Fashion designer in Lagos. Never mind. Today's session will still be uploaded on YouTube, so you didn't really miss much. It's just that you may not be able to act on what has been spoken about before you came, but you can always go back to the YouTube channel, 6 p.m. Nigerian time latest. On or before 6 p.m., we are striving to see that the live video is uploaded for your purpose. Lord, IPO of YouTube, Abel Gonson. Yeah. Oh, YouTube is threatening now. Anthony Tony says, we are coming for TikTok. Okay. Competition is getting stiffer and TikTok continues to climb 312 right now in attendance. Which Nigerian stock can I go into putting 50K monthly? It's up to you to decide what you want to do, depending on what you are planning to achieve. But 50K per month is also very good. Everybody must not have millions to participate in the stock market. You can just take your time to build from time to time, while some do it one at a moment, right? So 50K, you can decide to build on first holdco, first bank. Just keep buying and start to buy you like 2,000 first bank if you're able to buy at 25, or just little less than 2,000 first bank on a monthly basis. That's a lot, but I would also advise that you put in some stocks like TIP. Very important that you buy a stock like TIP alongside. What about MTN stock? JSIN MTN stock is doing very well, has been doing fantastic in the last few weeks, and is only now trying to rest because the natural cause of dipping and slowing down happens to every stock. Recently ran very high. Well done, coach. Okomo or Presco? Well, Presco all day. Just that when Presco is out of reach, then everybody else goes for Okomo. Otherwise, Presco all day. The investment in Presco is out of this world. You can't imagine. And it's only a matter of time before things begin to play out. Optimus is far better than cheaper Trove and Bamboo. That's coming from Abel Gonsun on YouTube. Thank you very much for that feedback. I knew all along, and it's important. That's why we interact in this community. We always share ideas so that just as I have gone through several stockbrokers, 6 of them in total in my 27 years in the market, and I can tell you, Atlas stands out in so many ways. Low commission, live real-time data transmission, and so on, right? And then they find a way to be a part of our live sessions, which is great. Now, the same way we are depending on you, those of you who have used Trove, Chaka, Bamboo, whatever, Optimus, tell us which is best so that others will not have to make the mistakes that you made investing in those platforms. That's for foreign stocks particularly, because we do not advocate that you invest using a fintech, otherwise you'll be paying double transaction fees. What 2 or 3 good stocks to buy now with 100K? I would rather suggest you do not share the money and scatter it in 3 stocks. Carry that 100K, put it in 1 stock, and sit down in that stock until the day it rises and makes you happy. There is a tendency that you buy a stock today, some others are jumping and making noises about how well their stocks are doing, and yours is not. But stay the course and yours too will rise. That's the way it works. The important thing is you are investing in a very good company. It's only a matter of time before the stock price begins to respond appropriately. So if you ask me 100K to put in a stock, I will expressly say go on to invest in a stock like, just a moment, a stock like TIP or a stock like Cadbury. The Cadbury will not fetch because it's more expensive, but it doesn't matter. What we're investing in is value and not the quantity of shares. Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you were eyeing Northern Nigerian flour mills, well, it's beginning to find its way back up after that very long pullback. So I think for what we have seen with this stock, anybody who wanted to participate, it's around the time when you can buy Northern Nigerian flour mills. Currently 95, up from the 93 it was yesterday. Remember, it was coming from a pullback from 125 or 130 naira per share before it got down to 90 naira or so. So it has reversed and it's now trying to build back up 1.3 million bids versus 2 million offers. So the offers are still more than the bids. Okay, I am using Optimus and no problem for me so far. Wellness and skin, thank you very much for that feedback. Personal, true, is great for me. You just need to time your deposits. It doesn't reflect early. Lucia, that's from you. Okay, coach, my problem is almost all my stocks are raising and I'm not done buying. What should I do? Well, depends on what stocks you are buying and that you want to top up on. And then we have to also be careful and make provision for pullbacks. And then for those of you who get excited with some of these stuff that I've done, please be careful. We are approaching um, second quarter result publication season or earnings season. And that's from the middle of next month. Second quarter results will start coming out. If you buy a stock now because it's flying without being sure of the fundamentals, you're going to suffer. Because when the second quarter result comes out and it is not impressive, the market will punish it. So be careful what stocks you are buying. You are not playing to the gallery. I'm here to help bring that stability into your emotion. You know, the market is an emotional place. There's a jumping up and down and excitement all over. If you are not careful, you will go and chase a stock that you should be running away from. So don't get too excited with what is jumping. Just mind what you are buying and stay patient with what you have. Because when those results start coming out from the middle of next month, and next month is after this week, from the middle of next month, you will see that the market will start reacting and rewarding the best companies. If you are not following me, you are losing money. Somebody called me last night, all the way from Delta State, and he said, "Wow, coach, I promote cap for you." I said, "Which of the cap are you removing?" He was so excited. He was telling me how he used to follow, and then he began to even regret that he didn't do more than he did. He bought Presco. He bought Presco at 500 and something naira, and his money has doubled. Looking at his portfolio. He bought Fidelity when I was shouting, buy Fidelity, buy Fidelity. I think that time it was around 7 naira or 9 naira. Fidelity is now 19 naira. So he was so excited. And then he said by himself, if you are not following coach, you are losing money. So you see, it's not my making. That's the way it is. Right? Is it good to still buy MTN at this season? Well, the way MTN behaved, it didn't look like it is done climbing, though it's now trying to settle a bit. Wow, a lot of wonders is happening. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like money is finding its way into the Nigerian market very, very massively. What am I seeing here? Mehmet Pharmaceuticals, 4 naira, 7 kobo, almost going into full bid. The financials are not fantastic. We still need to check what's happening with their first quarter results. If it's out, what's the situation with that company? We need to be very sure what we are doing, unless you are investing in the long term, hoping that whatever the problem is will be sorted going forward. Yes? This was the limit we saw at 2 naira 50 kobo, 2 naira 90 kobo, and so on. Last November it was 1 naira 90 kobo in fact. Currently 407. That's a lot of money there. But what would you say about Sterling Bank? Is it a good buy? Well, it's not among the best banks, but you can make money from it as well, as long as you're not buying for more than 6 naira per share. Sir, I missed out on NASCOM. It's flying. Should I look in the way of Northern Nigeria farming, or where should I look? Okay, Woody. Let's see. Because some of this stuff, I think, do you have Cadbury? If you do not, Cadbury could be a place to be. But for quick money, I am thinking Northern Nigerian flour mills is not bad. You can take some and see how it plays out. What Northern Nigerian flour mills is going to do is to try to bounce back to 100 and above. Remember how bitter glass ran and then slowed down and then continued, got to do something, slowed down, and then continued and upwards up to 300 naira per share. So Northern Nigerian flour mills is playing that kind of game. And what I love about Northern Nigerian flour mills, okay, you have Cadbury already, go for Northern Nigerian flour mills. One thing I love about that stock is the number of shares are so little. 178 million shares, less than 200 million shares. So I think I should also do something. I keep saying, talking a lot about what I should do, but I don't seem to remember. Northern Nigerian flour mills should have one of the best book value because for the book value per share, because for the number of shares to be less than 200 million shares, you begin to wonder, right? So I think Northern Nigerian flour mills is okay. Even at that 95, at the moment there is a 15,000 bids at 95. The lowest offer is 98, but 395 is a comfortable price before it jumps. There are 2 million bids versus 1.3 million offers. Okay, Dare Sam says, I'm looking at CWG and FTN Cocoa today, but is FTN Cocoa good for today? Just jumped and looks like it's on full beam. Well, that was what we found that FTN Cocoa is now on full beam. Remember, cocoa price in international markets is rising. So that could be the reason why FTN Cocoa suddenly disappears. And what we have is now out of reach. This was an MTN cocoa that remained at 1 naira 80 kobo for so long. And then when it manages to cross 2 naira, it didn't take much time. It's now 3 naira 8 kobo and full bid. Well, since you can't get FTN cocoa today, I think going the way of CWG is the best other option. Well, while I'm talking to you, Northern Nigerian flour mill, somebody has gone in there and bought some at 98 naira. So a lot is happening. Money is really flowing in the Nigerian market, and I am glad that I have not sat back with this information to myself because what would have been my gain? That's the question. I can only get as much as the money I put in. So when more of us now gets involved and everybody is benefiting from the system, that makes me happier. So we leave the world a better place than we met it. That's the idea, right? Okay. Bitter glass 300 naira per share. Dangote sugar 41. Now that's another stock that will shock many later on. Dangote sugar. Ojuazim says, why is NNFM dropping that bad? NNFM is actually on a pullback and it's just about consolidating now, about to recover from the pullback. So it's really not dropping, it rather rose too fast and it was retracing. But it looks like it's found a balance and it's about to build back up again. 450,000 FTN cocoa has been sold. So that's what's going to happen. Those people who bought at 1 naira 98 kobo, they'll be excited to sell at 308. So you will see them offloading from time to time. 450,000 traded. Meanwhile, Zenith Bank still trading heavily. 550 naira 80 kobo per share. This Zenith Bank that some of you bought at 43 naira last week. While some of us were regretting that we weren't able to participate. Good morning, Coach. Please, FTN Cocoa is above 3 naira now. Can I still go in, please? What stock do you recommend to buy today? Avoid FTN Cocoa, go for CWG. Don't run after any stock for any reason, right? Just take your time and play it masterfully. This is how the masters play. Don't pursue stocks because everybody else is buying. No. You're going to get your fingers burnt if you do so. So I'm informing you just in case you can't see it from the platform you use that FTN Cocoa is now on full bid. Everybody wants it, nobody's selling it. So just leave it, go for the one that's available. Very soon, the one you are buying today will go full beat. That's the way it works. Well, as I'm talking to you, CWG is building up 9 naira 50 kobo per share. Remember, it closed at 9.20 as at Friday, and at 9.50 there are about 220,000 bids. Somebody has snapped up what is available there at 9.55. Ladies and gentlemen, we are making money this year, whether the enemy likes it or not. Okay, so let's see what's happening with NEM insurance. Suddenly, the market goes quiet regarding NEM, even though the bids are more 2.9 million bids versus 505,000 offers. The numbers in NEM makes it delicious. We just can't miss out of NEM. USCL is looking even more attractive now, 33 naira 95 kobo per share. Why is CWG suddenly building up 9 naira 60 kobo? Is somebody listening to me from the floor of the stock exchange, or you are the ones executing this transaction before my very eyes? Our darling Vitafoam is at 65 naira per share, 4.5 million bids, 847,000 offers. Okay, keep your comments coming. Good afternoon, coach. I still haven't heard from Atlas. Voluma. Okay, let me check through if Atlas is in the building. Let's see if they can respond to anybody here. Atlas is not in the building as we speak. We see them on top of the queue. I can't find Atlas at the moment. Okay, what you will do, send them a reminder on WhatsApp. I hope you have their WhatsApp number. If you don't, just say, I don't. Someone help me with the WhatsApp number. So someone can type it and share with you. Coach, please, can you rephrase what stock to buy with 840K and how to split it? Well, I can't remember myself. So maybe you want to reward the video. I think that's the best way, because as I'm talking, there are so many things in my head and I'm looking out for so many other things. Transcorp is picking up at 47, or somebody can just help me when I was talking about. Okay. Someone please, can you share Atlas? Is Maobi in the house? Maobi, if you are in the house, please go ahead and share on TikTok. Or anybody else who has Atlas's WhatsApp number. Thank you very much. Allotted King has shared the number. Bolima, you can see it, and anybody else, so you can go ahead and WhatsApp them. Okomo 748, UPDC rate 6 naira per share, UBA 34 naira 70 kobo. Then we have NACO 93 naira 50 kobo, gaining over 5 naira per share in one day. Interesting stuff. Coach, I have some money for project next year, February. What stock can I buy for growth? Wow. February is the best time to actually sell a stock. So fantastic timing for whatever project you're going in for. The question now is, what stock will rise from now and do very well by that time? I can assure you the food industry will do well, the airline industry will do well. And the problem with airline now is NACO has left everybody. You can't start investing in NACO by this time, even though there's still a chance to go beyond 100 naira per share, depending on what they bring in terms of their performances. Right? Okay. The only threat to airlines and NACO will be if travel is restricted or reduced. So I think you should go with CWG, and surely to do well. Surely. Go in full blast without fear or favor. Hello, coach. What is the fundamentals on Jacob Gold? Is still a good buy? Isaac Akolade, the fundamentals have been very poor, and that's why the market continues to ignore it. But at least going by the most recent financial reports, which is the 2024 financial report, there is an improvement. That's what I can say. But it hasn't been so wonderful as to attract the full attention of the market to run helter skelter for that stock. Okay? Olaotan Chikuto. Chikuto. What do you have to say about Wema? Building on it. Keep building. Wema is a sound stock. They were able to pay out 1 naira per share. That's very decent considering all sorts of competition in the banking sector. So Wema is doing very well. And I even saw it drop to 13, under 14, before it recovered back. So keep building on your Wema. It will reward you indeed, handsomely. It's a good stock. What's your opinion on Academic Press PLC, Niger Uplift? Academic Press has been impressive. At least even the numbers are showing that it's good. The point is liquidity and the price. Liquidity is looking okay at the moment. Academy has actually made a lot of people rich. It used to sell for 1 naira 79 gold in the last 2 weeks. That's the 2 weeks low. Then looking at the 2 weeks high at 501, it means it's okay to buy at 466 or thereabouts. 1.2 million bids versus 936,000 offers. Academic price not bad. King Kids Hall says, good afternoon, God. What do you look out for before buying a stock? First, I want to be sure that the fundamentals are right. And when we hear fundamentals, we're just simply talking about the financial report, the performance as a business. You are in business to make money. Are you really making money or you're making losses? Talking about profit or loss. And then what prospects are there based on previous performances, current performances, and future projections concerning the industry you are in, the competition you face, and every other thing. Of course, most importantly in the end, the price. Do I still see value based on current price? Is there a chance that I'm buying at a discount, if you like? That's what I look out for in a stock. So to do that, you need to understand fundamental analysis, meaning you will go and dig up the financial reports of these companies and begin to check what the performance trend is in the last 3 to 5 years, right? So it takes a lot of work to do. It used to be more difficult and laborious in the past, but now to get results, you'll just need to go onto the NGX website where they upload results. You know why? Because these are part of the regulations for being a listed company in the stock market. One key regulation is that you must publish your quarterly results. You don't keep the investing public in the dark until the end of the year and publish the full year result. No. The public must know the state of finances of the business that they want to invest in. And the most frequent way to report is quarterly. So every 3 months, the company publishes results for you to compare. We've seen first quarter results for most companies. We are looking at second quarter results coming out next month, which is half year. So if you know the companies do well halfway into the new year, then you can decide that, okay, this company will finish well, right? So it is from first and second quarter results that you start making up your mind where to pitch your tent permanently. A lot of things can change and damage businesses of some of these companies. So what do? You want to watch out for changes that may happen within the first 6 months, which is the second quarter of the year. So a company that will do well, you will start seeing it. And then, of course, one other thing to look out for is that the company made 4 naira per share, earnings per share in the first quarter. Does not mean they will necessarily make 4 naira in the remaining 3 quarters of the year. In any case, that's your expectation, minimum, because the company should be consistent in growing profit. So when you see a little deviation, you want to find out what really happened. And if you see that there is no clear reason why it's happened and it's not a one-off occurrence, then you want to carefully begin to reassess your commitment. in that stock. NASCON 65 naira, gaining 2 naira extra for the day. Okay, when a stock is on full, what does it mean? Bifana Goka. Yes, when we say full bid, it means the stock is in high demand to the extent that at that very moment you are looking at the bid and offer status for the day. There is excess bid, number of people looking to buy the stock. They have staked money, but they can't see a supply, right? That's when it's full bid. When it's full offer is when everybody who owns that stock is in the market trying to sell. 10 million shares for sale, nobody is buying. No bid is standing for you to see. It's all clear. It means full offer. Come on, YouTubers, go ahead and like and share this YouTube live session. We can only get better from what we have achieved for now. So let's look forward to getting more attendees. You are still currently much more on your first day with 53 attendees at the moment versus Instagram that has 49 at the moment. Coach, how do you see Bua Cement? I can categorically tell you that it's coming from weightless way and muscle motive. I can tell you categorically that Bua Cement has surprises for the market, and we are patiently waiting there. I've stayed in Bua Cement now for like 6 or 5 months, patiently waiting. And I'll tell you why. Bua Cement was supposed to have launched 2 new cement manufacturing plants last year. As at that time, Bua was selling for 150 per share. Now, perhaps because of the foreign exchange losses here and there, most cement manufacturers and generally the manufacturing sector suffered losses, including MTN, for instance. Yes? So, the stock price continued to decline, coupled with a very low dividend payout. For instance, the full year 2024 dividend is 2 naira per share. So, and it's going to be paid sometime, is it in September or in August, right? So, the point is, the stock price has dropped and dropped and dropped and has now come to a technical point where it is termed as oversold. When a stock is oversold, it means they have sold more than enough and there is nothing to sell again. Practically, what that means is not about the volume of shares, but the price. It has dropped and dropped and almost like it has come to a point where the price can't drop below. So it is about to only on technical basis start recovering. But imagine the fact that announcement now comes from the chairman himself, Rabi Abdul Samad, that look, Bua has launched one of their plants. Imagine what will happen to the stock. Just like you have Dangote Sugar went to Ghana to set up a brand new sugar refinery in Ghana, and the market has not reacted yet. Why? Because they are still looking at the financial report for 2024, which saw them recording a bad result because of the losses from foreign exchange transactions. So that's what is happening with Bua now. So if you have patient funds and you want to be able to wait, go ahead and wait. Don Stanley says, please can I sell my S&P 500 and buy oil stock? Well, the ball is in your court to decide. As far as Iran does not reply US for the strikes they suffered, the stock market is going to go up. So S&P will appreciate today. But if from nowhere, even as the market trades, and then we hear news that Iran has retaliated against the US, then expect the S&P and every other US exchanges to drop. The builder rise, that's a quantum volume of roses. You are showering on me. I need to find a way to preserve them so that they don't get damaged. Thank you so very, very much. over 200 roses in one go. This is awesome. Yes, you were telling us about having something to say, or was it me forcing you to say something? Joshua, thank you very much. I appreciate you for the roses as well. Review and Rise is not stopping. 286 roses all at once. My goodness. Wow. Igbe Idako, Igbe Idako. Am I getting it right? Please, FTM Coco is about 39 now. Can I still go in? Okay. I think I've responded to you. Abubu Chijoke is asking, please, is consolidated hallmark a good buy now? I can tell you, consolidated hallmark will always be a good buy if you can see it at 3 naira and below. Let's go on to check exactly what it is at the moment. Conhall, that's consolidated hallmark insurance. 3 naira per share as we speak. Somebody just bought 280,000 shares just now. Bids are 3.7 million, offers 3.9 million. With 200K monthly for 5, what's your recommendation, coach? For 5 years. Oh, you see, the problem with giving you recommendations one-off is what happens when the stock drops or when the stock rises so high. You can't continue to buy a stock. For instance, you buy a stock at 2 naira per share and you keep buying it, gets to 5, 10. You can't keep buying only one stock. And that's why we have the live session. So we can always check what's going on with what stock and see which is good to buy from time to time. Yes? So that's how to do it. For now, for instance, such an arrangement, just go ahead and accumulate QTICs, accumulate charms, accumulate, well, FTM people would have been on it, but right now it's jumping away. Then do not forget, you are not just remain on penny stocks as well. You must look for some growth stocks to add to your portfolio. So you want to look at a bank like First Bank, you want to buy a stock like Zenith, then you go on to check for TIP, add to your portfolio, and just keep building on from there. Suddenly, interest in Nemet is growing. So many shares just traded right now. I'm sure those people who bought at 190 are now selling. And that's a whole lot, more than 1 million shares traded at once on Nemet. Yeah. UACN 33 naira 60 kobo. That's not a bad price. Looks good. Okay, MTN has come down a little bit more, 351 naira, stubbornly standing at above 350 at the moment. Keep your questions coming, coach. I tried to buy 40,500 units of CWG, but still in yellow column in my portfolio. Depends on the price. Take a look at what the bid and offer status is. It jumped to 9 naira 60, but then came down to 950 or so. Let's see, CWG again. Looks like everybody's interested in CWG. It's now 955. Depends on the price. If you put at 920, that will be difficult. You can't buy until maybe that heavy seller comes to the market to dump. Though I bought QT for since it rose, I am thinking if I should still add or wait. I think you should add because I don't think it's dropping any further. And I expect a better second quarter result. Why is penny stock not a good one for now? JAs. I didn't say penny stock is not a good one at all. I'm only saying have a mix of both because sometimes penny stocks can drain your portfolio if you squarely overload your portfolio with them. Where are your YouTube comments? Oh wow, a lot more comments have just dropped. Thank you for your response on Academic Press PLC. I see Unicell PLC is on rebound. What's your opinion? I really haven't done Niger Uplift. I really haven't done much on checking out Unicell really. And I've been asked about Unicell for quite a while now. Please, coach, what stock can I buy with £500? You can exchange that into Naira and buy a stock like Cadbury now. At 39, Cadbury is not bad. Atlas Portfolios account open today. I have 35 million account with Meristem and another one with Unique Capital. Imagine on an 11 million trade I did the last time I was charged more than 200k to buy. Lofty big crown, that's a whole lot. You shouldn't be paying that much. That's why we're here. I mean, the business we are in is to use the money we have to make more money, right? So we shouldn't now be overcharged for it. I would rather go where I am charged reasonably lower, as long as I'm satisfied with the service, and just continue to build on what I'm bringing to the market. That's the whole idea. So I don't understand how I will now stay on and continue to pay excessively. 200,000, if you put it in something, you know what it can become. What people don't realize is over a 10-year period, paying that kind of transaction fees, you know how much it is? And even if you say you are not selling, you are buying to keep, as your stock portfolio grows, that's how their commission grows along. So you're just building wealth for people. So it's good. FTN Cocoa is doing its 52 weeks all-time high today. Yes, confirmed. Paul Simon, that's correct. Afternoon, coach. Good to be here, sir. Ludemo, thank you very much. It's good to see you here. Hello, coach. What can you say about Veritas Cap? Veritas Cap looked fantastic in my eyes 1 year ago. I did invest heavily in it, but along the line, the fundamentals changed, and so I had to change as well. And that's what the market is all about. And that's why we tell people don't invest in the stock market and disappear. You have to keep your eyes on what is happening and keep listening, even if you're not actively putting money any fresh funds. That's why we have a platform like this. Nice, isn't it? So go ahead and keep sharing. Let's get more people involved. I'm so impressed with YouTube performance. 56. Okay, it's dropped to 53 now, but really, really impressive. Being the first day. Coach, can you still upload this section on the live tube? Absolutely, I will. Definitely, this is just a test run, and this is not going to be what we will upload by the time the upload is done. We will upload from the TikTok channel. Okay. Can I still hold GTCO? And then please hold that stock, because if you sell it, you may not be able to buy back. I use AfroInvest 2.0. Is this good? The great Oseji. Well, I would want people who have used AfroInvest to comment on that. And then Maobi is one of them. Maobi, please respond to the great Oseji regarding your experience with AfroInvest. We are not here to, we do not owe any stockbroker or any company the duty to market them. We only want to share knowledge and experiences so that other persons do not make mistakes that they have made. This is me now trying to protect you from the 27 years mistakes I have ever made, so that you don't repeat my mistakes, and that puts you on a better scale to make money faster and safer. That's why we're here, right? Dalucia says AfroInvest doesn't give live scores. Okay, can I sell my? Oh, that jumps. The way this thing jumps sometimes. Can I sell my Stanbic, MTN, and Presco? My God, Cynthia in Yoha, please, this is not the time to sell those stocks. They are all powerfully run stocks and are doing excellently well. What about AfroInvest and Meditrade? Somebody please respond to C4 Holding. HIMs have dropped at pre-market. Can we go in now, sir? Yes, that particular stock, HIMS, if you see it under 50 or under 60, please buy. It's a long-term stock and it will pay you. Remember when everybody else was scared and it dropped to about $24 per share? I made a post and said there's a great opportunity here on trades. And then my foreign followers are on trades. Somebody commented that no, this company they did this, they did that, and so it was bringing in sentiment into the stock. Why did the stock drop that time? That's because Amazon, the giant colossus, announced that they were going to start doing cosmetics and all these things that Beams does. And for that reason, people started dumping the stock out of fear that Amazon has come to take over the market. Well, from $24 per share, it climbed to 60 something. So if it's retracing now, it's so that it will consolidate and take off again. So it's an opportunity. OJ says, I am thinking of forgetting my stocks with African Invest. Or more, I am very poor customer service. Really? Right. Of Fresh says, I'm investing for short term. Doesn't matter. You just need to pick the right stocks and then you can go ahead to invest. Coach, what's your take on universal insurance? Should I buy more or sell? It doesn't seem to move. I always advise people to be careful with insurance stocks, especially the ones that are not too strong. Yes, just play safe with insurance stocks. If you are not very convinced, don't go there. And there's nothing to regret about as long as you are not losing your money. I want to buy Dangote sugar, but I'm concerned how many Nigerians really consume Dangote sugar, unlike Dangote oil. Tosin Olumide, your concern is not out of place at all. It's in order. It's good to ask questions, and it's interesting that you are reasoning practically. But the truth is, Dangote Sugar is a sugar refinery that has the capability of exporting its products. Remember, Dangote has a very large market in Africa itself that is services. Okay? The question you should ask yourself is how many sugar manufacturers are in Nigeria? You have Bua, you have Dangote Sugar, and you name any other very prominent sugar manufacturer in Nigeria. And then recently, let me also inform you, they just opened a sugar refinery in Ghana, Dangote Sugar. So all the moves that should have happened last year is about to start happening this year. So this is not when to sell your Dangote Sugar or avoid buying it. The worst days for Dangote Sugar are over. You can take that from me. Okay? Coach is giving, okay, I've responded to that. Priscilla Sapke says, may God reward you for the good work you're doing. Thank you very much. Coach, can you still upload? Okay, I've responded to that. All right. Please talk about Unicell, please. Ife and Ishe, I haven't done any research on Unicell, and it doesn't look like I am able to access my analytical tools yet. Okay. Okay, Unicell, let's just see what's happening. At least bid and offer status for Unicell. Let's see what it is. Just a moment. Okay, 13 naira 80 kobo from 12 naira 95 kobo. 11,000 bids versus 239,000 offers. My worry for Unicell will be liquidity in the end. My worry for Unicell will be liquidity, that's all. Otherwise, it's looking interesting. Liquidity is not there. Since the market opened, just 31,000 shares have been traded. So imagine you buy 100,000 shares or 1 million shares. It's only 31,000 that's been traded. That's just the problem. These are the pitfalls and the shortfalls that you want to avoid. Even if you don't know, and I'll tell you, when you invest, I said it last time, when you are investing, try to invest in liquid stocks. There's a reason. When you need your money badly and you can't sell, it's a problem. And it's those stocks that are not liquid that gives you that problem. Yes? Okay. Wow. Sir, please talk about NVAX, Novavax. Novavax at the moment, let's see how much it is. Just a moment. While I'm waiting to check that, coach, about Dangote Cement or Boa, any thoughts? Any of the two are okay. Novavax. Just a moment. If Novavax is less than 6 naira, then it's okay. If Novavax is less than 6 naira, then it's okay. But if not, maybe if Novavax is less than $7, then it's okay. If not, then okay. While I'm trying to check what the price of Novavax is, how much is good to buy Champs? Champs should be okay at 212, 210. Let's see what the price is. I think there will be some investor apathy for Charms because of the rights issue. It happened with a stock like, okay, 215. It happened with a stock like Wema. When Wema was doing its rights issue, nobody was interested. But guess what? Immediately after the rights issue, the price jumped. So Charms is at 215. Coach, what is the safest investment to do for just 6 months return with high dividend? Wow. The safest to do is NIDF, that's all. You are sure that if you buy at 113, 115, um, it is safe that you will have dividend twice within 6 months. In fact, if you buy NIDF this month, as we speak now, next month you get the dividend for second quarter 2025. Yes, by next month, before next month ends, you will also receive dividend for NIDF. So I have always advised some people, you can make NIDF your cash cow, put in some money there, you are sure that every 3 months it will yield some returns that you can reinvest in other stocks. And so the process just keeps going, just in case you don't get too much cash from anywhere else. The only drawback is that NIBF will not move as much at the moment until we get information that institutions are paying attention and buying, right? 150K for short term, 6 to 7 months. Which stock should I take today? Sometimes the way people ask the question, if only I can be able to really tell. There's nobody who can successfully time the market, not in the US, not anywhere in the world. But you know what? If we go by what we are seeing, those that are most likely going to give you returns remains a stock like Cadbury, a stock like CWG, a stock like UACN. And I've had Chomilicious has picked the best FMCG stocks, fast-moving consumer goods, Unilever, Cadbury, and UACN. They are all fantastic. The only problem is Unilever is more expensive than the other two. And for me, I will go in and get value from the other two. Unilever is still great, but that's what it is. Coach, the NIBF paid dividend this year. They've paid the first one, man. Do you have an idea if I didn't get? If so, you have some millions waiting for you somewhere because NIBF has already paid first quarter dividend and next month they'll pay second quarter dividend. Please, what is the name of the stock market platform? Sam, what stock market platform do you mean? I think it's $6.41. Okay, at pre-market. All right, that's an entry. As long as it's below 7 and around 5 something, it's a good entry. Remember, that's a swing trade stock, Novavax. Khalid says, how about Nestle? Nestle, very expensive. Nestle has enriched its early investors. I remember 27 years back, that was one of the most expensive stocks for us then. Meanwhile, how much was that? 9 naira per share. So you can imagine, Nestle was 1 naira when I started and I thought it was too expensive. And I could still go ahead and buy a 2 naira stock. But I felt 9 naira was too much. Well, Nestle is now 1,500 naira per share. That is outside the bonus shares they kept giving and so on. Can we buy Indo stock? Please buy Indo. Don Stanley. I mentioned it in my posts yesterday. Indo and Busa, two very great volatile oil stocks at war times like this. Let's see. Indo and Busa. Indo, INDO, Indonesia Oil. Then Busa is HUSA. Okay, so let's go there. I do not want to disrupt what I already have, so I can be able to toggle from one location to the other. First bank dropped from 27 down to 26, and now it's back to 27 naira 30 kobo. Let's see what the volume is, whether Femi Otodola is buying more First Bank as we speak. Okay, not more volume, 5.5 million shares traded. Coach, what do you think about FCMB stock? Oh, Roderick, FCMB performs poorly. The market is not impressed. Every time they pay very little. Overhead cost is just too much. You could tell that there is no transparency in their management of shareholders' funds, right? So that's where the challenge is. Okay. All right. Keep your comments coming in. Coach, please, which should I go for between Guinea Insurance and Suno? Suno has made a lot of money for a lot of people. Whether it still has sufficient to create more value, I can't tell. Guinea has a chance to create quick money for you. Atkins says Indo now $5.96. Oh, really? Okay, sounds good. 596, yes. Okay, just keeping an eye on developments in the foreign markets because a lot's going to happen. As long as there's no response from Iran, that will make foreign stocks to jump. So watch out for a good move by yourself. Which side do you use to make your research? For the Brown, Trading View. Please coach for someone that doesn't have time to monitor the stocks. How can you help? Well, gladly, that's where people enroll for one-on-one coaching. So you just get your account opened, and then I give you recommendations on what to buy based on your special needs and investment goal, right? I like the comparison of China and stock market. Yeah. Okay. Like Instagram is not really scrolling as often. Wow, there's a lot behind. I go for GTCO instead of FCMB. Absolutely. GTCO is a far better investment than FCMB even at current price. Coach, I started investing as a newbie late last month when I started following you. Now, my portfolio is over 8.5 million. Thank you so much for your continued guidance and service. That's from Celebrity Doctor. Thank you very much. Glad to hear your feedback. It's actually fuel to my engine. Every time I hear very positive feedbacks like this. Congratulations, and that is to say you are a fast learner, you are smart because you could take instruction from a distance without too much stress and results. So it tells me I am talking to the people I was actually sent to. In this world, if you come in contact with my live session or you come in contact with any of my social media handles and you get hooked, you are the one I'm sent to. You better take advantage and benefit from what I'm offering because this is a divine mandate. I haven't found anybody who sits down, shuts everything down for 2 hours from Monday to Friday daily, striving to show you to do this and do that so that you too will grow money. We live in a very, very, very secretive world, very wicked world. Nobody wants to share good things. But you know what? It's not my money. Okay, I can say it's my knowledge, but I wasn't born with the knowledge. So wherever I have tapped the knowledge from was actually a gift also. So we should find a way to give back. Coach, between Cadbury and USC, which should I go for today? Any of them, both of them fantastic. But if you are the type that wants to go cheaper, then you go on to buy USC because it's cheaper currently than Cadbury. But I would say go ahead for maybe go for Cadbury, the money is a lot more. What's your take on Jai's Bank for the long term? Jai's Bank, just buy anything around nearest to 3 naira, 310, not more than 315, and stay patient. Jima official says, can you talk about REIT? Absolutely. This is particularly best for real estate investors and realtors who love the business of real estate. In any case, you must not be a real estate lover to invest in REITs. REIT simply stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. That's because all they do is look for real estate investments of all kinds, all right? And then invest in those properties and then make money for shareholders to give to them as dividends. And the real estate investment trust sector is actually governed and regulated by regulatory authorities that insist that at least 70 to 90% of their profit after tax is paid back to shareholders as dividend. And so what do you have? You have real estate investment trust always paying you dividends, and when that continues over a long period, you will find the stock price appreciates mightily. That's been the case with a real estate investment trust like SFS REIT in the Nigerian stock market. I remember 3 years ago, I recall a woman called in from Dublin in my live session. Then I was just doing once in a while live session on TikTok. She said she sold a property in Lagos and bought this REIT, SFS REIT, 50 naira per share. And the reason why she sold the property in Lagos was because of the frustration she suffered in the hands of tenants, lawyer, going for police station, all kinds of things, quit notice. She got frustrated because you will need money to put the house back in order to bring it to a rentable stage for another tenant to take it. So what is the money you are making? Sleepless nights, left, right, and center. So she sold it and bought SFS REIT. And that the dividend she collects annually is far more than what she was receiving as rental income from the property. With no stress, no shouting, no fighting, only a bank alert reminding her money has entered. Can you guess how much that SFS REIT is that she bought 15 naira at that time? 249 naira per share right now. What the property couldn't deliver to her, this REIT is doing it fantastically well in diverse ways. From the dividend also increasing to the stock price also increasing. 15 naira to 200, and it's 249 now. So almost 200 naira per share has added to the price she bought it. They used to say, oh, buy real estate, and this is not to speak against real estate though. They used to say, buy real estate, the property appreciates over time. What they don't think is that the rental income is most likely going to return your capital between 10 to 15 years from your investment in it. And here is this woman, within 3 years, she has more than almost tripled the money spent investing in that stock. More than triple. 50 naira into 3. Is that not 150? The stock price is 249, almost 250. So more than 4 times. SFS REIT. Yes, fashion design in Lagos, that's it. So at this point, SFS REIT has gone so far, and they keep paying dividend and increasing their dividend. So the stock price will continue to go up. Yes, and then so we have 3 REITs currently. SFS REIT, 249 naira. Union Homes REIT, 55 naira 25 kobo. And then you have UPDC REIT, 6 naira 25 kobo. It's all about investing in these stocks for the long term. And rental income and rental value increases over time. Then the dividend continues to grow in your hands. And the more they keep growing dividend, the more attention the stock gets. And then the price will also be building. So it's all about patience. That's why I say the stock market is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You have to stay patient, but sometimes it surprises us with quick profits. And of course, who are we to say no to quick profits, right? That's the point. So that's it about rates. Okay? Coach, I've got over 500,000 units of Unity Bank shares. Should I hold, sell, or buy? Sajay or Lajide, it looks like you are not aware the circumstances and the situations with Union Bank. Unity Bank. Unity Bank is in very difficult financial state. That's why we advise you. Don't go out and buy just anything you see. Be guided. Now, the problem with Unity Bank, you may not know. For you to ask this question, it means you are not aware of the challenges. Anybody who tries to buy Unity Bank now cannot. Why? Because they have been suspended from trading due to their failure to submit their financial reports on time. And until they tidy that up, they will not be traded anymore. So you that has 500,000 shares, you are stuck. You can't take out your money until Unity Bank does what is good for them, which is report your finances so that the CBN will lift the ban on the trading on your stock. So that suspension remains. And we know that they are so financially weak in their performance that as we speak right now, there is even the CBN trying to help with a merger with Providus Bank. So Providus and Unity might be merging to keep the bank going, and then, but for the stock to be traded on the stock exchange, they must report their finances up to date. Why haven't they reported their finances? Because it's not wonderful, and they are afraid of being killed by the market. I think Unity Bank was at $1.50 before the suspension. I check now. You will notice no trading has been going on for several months. I think it's taken up to a year already. Unity Bank has been docile, unutilized, untraded. That's it, 151. $1.51 the last time it was traded, and that's what it's been. So stay guided, don't get your money stuck, just be a part of what we are doing and take instruction. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, Vitafoam is still climbing, 67 naira. It's interesting to note that this is a stock we bought around February, March at 23 naira per share or something like that. 67 naira. Wow. 4.7 million bids versus 878,000 offers. Can I sell my Como and buy Presco because I want to hold warm in that sector? If you will, go ahead. That's a fantastic move. If you ask me, it's always Presco ahead of Como. Just that when people can't find Presco anymore because it's getting too high, they turn to Como. So you may want to wait and let Como get up to like 800, 900, then you sell. But sometimes while you are waiting, Presco is still going, so the ball is in your court. Vitafoam sold for 59 naira today. Congratulations to whoever bought at that price because it's now 67 naira per share. Coach, do you advise someone to sell the only property he has in his life to buy stocks? Well, it depends. Can you survive without that property? If you can actually sell it, grow the money, and buy another property if you like. My problem with property is it expires. You can have a building design before it even pays its capital. That's the return on capital. They check the rental value and then calculate it for the number of years that it will now pay you back the capital spent. You know, it can be a lot. Some of them run into 20 years. We pass that time. Meanwhile, 20 years from when you build a particular house, the designs have changed. So if that house must subsist, especially if it's in a city center, then you have to demolish or redesign. So that calls for more expenses to bring it up to the modern design and so on. So that's my problem with real estate. But some people have their way around it and they are doing very fine and I don't have a problem with that. But I do not want to leave liabilities for my children, for instance. Because by the time it's their turn to use that property, even if it's a rental property, they will now be saddled with having to redesign that property or demolish completely and build a more modern one. So, but with stocks, straightforward. But this does not mean that the stock market is superior than the real estate market. What we are saying is diversify very well. But if you are stuck with a property, only one, and you know that you're not getting value, liquidity, for instance, then you should find a way, put it in stocks, get more liquid, then grow that money. And if you are so in love with property, go back and buy some property. Because one of the most painful things to happen to any man is to have a property worth 100 million and you have 20 million naira problem and you can't solve it. That's the disadvantage of real estate. It can't give you the liquidity to solve quick problems, right? I can't sell my Nigerian Brewery share. What's responsible? God's mercy. Can you confirm what platform you're using and what price? Because sometimes you may be overbidding, overpricing the stock you want to sell. And for that reason, nobody talks to you. Ladies and gentlemen, Northern Nigerian flour is 98 naira per share. But we are not sure whether a 100,000 shares deal has been done to drive it up. That's just the problem. Otherwise, if no 100,000 naira, 100,000 stock deal was done, then it's most likely going to still close at the opening price of 93 naira. GMA official says, how do I buy REIT? Very simple. Through your stockbroker. Just like you buy every other stock, right? PZ Cousins Coach, what is your say about this, please? Well, there's a concern regarding the delisting price. Shareholders are arguing with the majority shareholder, and there's a back and forth about the listing. So maybe there is breakthrough, and if there is, then the stock price will keep going up because it stagnated at some point and was dropping before. But today, PZ is getting 3 naira and 1.8 million shares traded already from 34 naira to 37 naira. I'm having a lot of responses from YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, really, really impressed with YouTube. I think we'll make ways, find ways to make it even better and communicate faster. Thank you for your response from UNICEF. While conducting my research on Union Dicom PLC, I learned it's building the largest industrial starch reserve in West Africa. What's your opinion, Niger Uplift? Sometimes we want to see results so that we do not continue to invest like we own the business. You know, the owners of that business are billionaires in Nigeria. We are talking about what's his name now? I can't forget. I can see his face. He's a retired military general. I can't really recall his name right now. But these are billionaires already, so they can afford to wait. So with all of the prospects, fantastic, but we want to see it manifesting in results. So if anybody is okay to give me results, I go with them. For now, great plans, great ideas, but we'll see how it goes. Coach, please kindly increase your audio on YouTube. Oh, really? Okay. Sorry about that. We will work on everything on YouTube because YouTube seems to impress more than we even expected. Coach, you are doing an amazing work. Thank you. Thank you very much, Benjamin Ojo. Appreciate you there. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the end of today's live session. I had some hitches here and there where I could not immediately assess my research on the spot research resource. T.Y. Danjuma, thank you very much. On money you bright, you are informed. That's it. Tommy, yes, Danjuma. Retired General T.Y. Danjuma. They are the ones that own Union Dicom. Can I tell you, Union Dicom used to produce arms, and they used to also manufacture salt. They used to be known initially as Union Dicom Salt. So maybe they are re-strategizing because things have changed a lot. And if you must make money, you must know where the money is and go after it. Right? Thank you very much. Not Creations Publishing says, I love this YouTube channel. Easier to follow than IG. Great job, Coach. You are the best. Oh, thank you very much. I'm so glad that you are enjoying every bit of it. And YouTube is now 60 in attendance compared to 34 on Instagram. Instagram, they are blasting you here already. Okay, thank you, Coach, for your time and spreading your knowledge freely. May God continue blessing you and increase you, sir. Bolaji Bentai, thank you very much. My joy is that we all make money together to the extent we find time to do the things that we love to do best without having to be under pressure to be at work. You can see me, I'm seated as the chief consultant, Trinity Transnational Consulting. This is one part I'm not telling you about. But nobody comes to tell me what to do because the stock market has made me and given me, afforded me the time to relax with you. When I'm going on vacation, I can still be wherever I am talking to you so that you too will eventually find a way, grow your money, and get out of that job that you don't like. It doesn't mean you shouldn't work, but at least, even if you are working, you have the freedom that wealth brings. So it's not about the money, really. It's about the freedom it gives you to do what you want to do. You are in business, you can still have time to relax, knowing fully well that business is taken care of while stocks is also taking care of other expenses. This is where we call it a day, and I can tell you our test on the YouTube channel was fantastic. It's awesome. The feedback is amazing, very encouraging. And from this day forward, the 23rd of June 2025, YouTube Live comes to stay permanently. Let's keep liking, keep sharing, even when the full video usually is uploaded. Make sure you share and like and get set on a daily basis. Will appear on YouTube as well. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm so sorry. I was limited. I couldn't even take course. You can imagine we have Triplet Mall, Kingsley, Apple Chalgo, Obrel Global, but I couldn't take all of these because I'm still trying to work on navigating through all of these platforms, trying to pick out questions from each one to respond. It's not been easy, but never mind, we will get better at it. Thank you very much. Hopefully tomorrow your questions will come in much earlier, and of course we will interact more. Congratulations for all your sports that are doing very well. Still patient with the ones that have not moved yet. Every day for one stock at a time. Till then, while we want to go to the US market, this is me saying thank you very much and have a great day. Bye for now. Thank you very much, Maobi. Thank you very much, everybody who has liked, shared, and of course, really appreciate all your efforts. Bye for now. See you again tomorrow.